Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we break down the complex world of business filings and make it super simple. And yes, sometimes we find some pretty interesting things tucked away in these reports, so buckle up. Today we are diving into Theravance Biopharma's latest report, and let me tell you, they've got some interesting news about a clinical trial that's wrapping up a key study for a condition called neurogenic orthostatic hypotension, or NOH for short. It's a condition that affects people's blood pressure when they stand up and can cause fainting and dizziness. So Theravance announced they finished enrolling patients in the open label part of their Cyprus study. Now, what does that mean in plain English? It means they've gathered all the participants they need for this specific part of their big, important clinical trial, the Phase 3C crisis study. This is a really big deal because it's one of the final steps before a drug can potentially get approved for patients. This particular study is focused on people with symptomatic neurogenic orthostatic hypotension, or NO as we mentioned, which is a nasty side effect for people with a condition called multiple system atrophy, or MSA. MSA is a pretty serious neurological disorder, and NOA is one of its distressing symptoms. So getting this part of the trial wrapped up is a significant step forward for those suffering from this. Now let's quickly glance at how the company is structured in terms of its shares. They've got ordinary shares trading on the Nasdaq Global Market under the symbol TPH. This is the common stock that most investors would be familiar with. Attached to this report is a press release detailing this very announcement. Think of this press release as the company's official way of shouting their news from the rooftops. It's essentially a summary of what we've just discussed about the clinical trial's progress. So what's the big picture here for Theravance? They are a biopharmaceutical company, which means their main gig is developing new medicines. Clinical trials like this one are the absolute bedrock of their business. A successful trial can lead to a drug that helps people and of course brings in significant revenue for the company. This particular trial, if it continues to show positive results and leads to an approved drug, could significantly impact the treatment landscape for patients with neurogenic orthostatic hypertension, especially those who have it as a reputation of MSA. It represents not just a business milestone for Theravance, but also a potential lifeline for patients. Now, looking at the broader context, the pharmaceutical industry is all about managing risk and investing heavily in research and development. Companies like Theravance bet big on a few promising drug candidates, hoping that one or two will make it all the way through the rigorous approval process. Successful trials mean they can bring a much-needed therapy to market and recoup their substantial investment. In my opinion, Theravance is making progress on a critical front. Completing enrollment in a Phase 3 trial is a major hurdle cleared. However, it's crucial to remember that this is just one part of the journey. The real test will be in the final data analysis and, importantly, the regulatory review process. We'll be watching closely to see if this clinical development translates into a marketable product and, more importantly, a benefit for patients. The success of this trial directly impacts their future revenue streams and their overall viability as a company. They are playing the long game here, and this enrollment is a positive move in that game. For future revenue streams and their overall viability as a company, they are playing the long game here, and this enrollment is a positive move in that game. Alright, that's our breakdown of Theravance's latest move. What's your take on these developments and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.